This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
In news from the health front this evening, all of the C.H. Reeves students who were thought to possibly be exposed to tuberculosis have been screened, and according to Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands, none of them were positive. However, at the neighboring R.M. Bailey High School, it's a different story. After just about completing screenings on 700 to 800 students and all of its teachers and staff, here's what test concluded.
8 of the teachers have been shown to have positive MANTOs or skin tests, and 28 of the students have positive MANTOs. We will now have to do x-rays on the students to determine if there's any sign of active tuberculosis. At this point, nobody is symptomatic, and so we do not believe that there are any active cases of TB other than the original case that prompted the concern.
In the Family Island, Eleuthera was long running far ahead with possible cases. Dr. Sands telling reporters outside Cabinet this morning that at this point, nearly 2,500 people there have been screened.
Of that number, we now have 380 positive. When I say positive, I'm talking about MANTO or TB skin test positive. So these would be patients with latent tuberculosis, not active TB. There were a number of suspicious chest x-rays, and we have now identified 4 patients with active tuberculosis. Now, if you do the numbers, say 2,400 or thereabout screened, a total of 380 positive skin test, and 4 out of that entire number with active TB. So the overall prevalence of active tuberculosis is less than 0.5%.
A delay in former Progressive Liberal Party MP Frank Smith's trial opening, what was supposed to have taken place in a magistrate court this morning, has been pushed to Wednesday. Chief Magistrate Joanne Ferguson Pratt had hoped to have a stenographer present throughout the entire trial, but on day one, that didn't happen. Apart from that, Smith's lead attorney, Queen's Counsel Damian Gomez, indicated to the court that he wasn't fully prepared to present his client's case. The former Public Hospitals Authority chairman was back in August, charged with 1 count each of bribery and attempted extortion, along with 13 counts of extortion. It's alleged that he solicited $5,000 per month from Barbara Hanna in procurement of contract with PHA. Smith has denied the allegations. Presenting the Crown's case in the matter is Anthony Delaney. An overnight stabbing leaves 2 women dead. Grand Bahama police last night responded to calls of an altercation at a business at the International Bazaar. When investigating officers arrived on the scene, they met 2 females with stab wounds about their bodies. At last report, the 2 were in serious condition. Investigations are ongoing. Good news for relatives of the teen girl reported missing yesterday. Police confirming that Ashley Alana Swan was found last evening at the home of one of her parents. The 15-year-old Sir Jack Haywood student was said to be well. Meantime, the festivities for National Women's Week continue today with an information sharing session that attracted females from various community-based organizations and activism groups. The meeting offered an opportunity for the United Nations Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, more commonly referred to as CEDAW, to present several inequalities women face as well as recommendations for the Bahamas. One of the major concerns shared was how to educate the masses on the issues of sexual assault, domestic violence, work and pay scale, inequalities, as well as other gender-based marginalizations. CEDAW committee member Marian Bethel says while there are many important issues facing women, for her, gender-based violence tops the charts.
The Bahamas has one of the highest rates of rape in the English-speaking Caribbean. I mean, that is really phenomenal and outstanding, and it's a manifestation of gender inequality. And until we realize the linkage between gender inequality and this high rate of violence, we're not going to get very far. And so I think that because gender-based violence is so persistent, even when we make advances in other areas, this this continues.
Ms. Bethel believes the remedy to this is systematic, persistent attention and zero tolerance from the community. Director of Gender and Family Affairs, Gaynell Curry, says the CEDAW report, which outlines treaties that women can use if their rights are being infringed upon, advances the equalities the women's suffrage movement fought for. Both she and Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary Rhoda Jackson believes more work must be done, especially within the community.
We have to get up and out of our offices. I've been saying it, and we have to go to where the people are, and we have to speak to women in their everyday community, everyday average Bahamian woman. What is her concern? What is her issue? What does she know about this convention, if anything, and how can we help her to understand the convention and use the convention for her to realize her rights in this community.
The message that I would like to get across is let's make use of every opportunity that we have, be it the child in school, be it the male that we made, the husband, the brother, the uncle, and then even the women. So the women understand, so the women themselves, together they can address issues. I talked about today how it's important for us to talk to maybe our mothers, the hairdresser, the aunt, the persons in our lives. We have to begin to work in our own little circles with a view to getting the message out. And the more we talk about it, the more it becomes real.
The plan is to go into high schools to educate not just young girls, but young boys on how women should be treated. Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.